What happened to your Cubs and Rays two-piece? Oh, fuck, dude. That got postponed?
Facts. Cubs game.
That got postponed? Fuck, dude.
All right, let's hit the ground running, bitch. Shark Lark, how you doing, big dog?
I'm good, man. I'm pumped for some basketball. I didn't realize I also had the Cubs tonight, so I'm kind of fucking pissed.
Yeah, I had a nice little bozo pack with them and the Rays on the money line. It was like plus 180, I think I got it at, and I was just like, ooh, that. I mean, I got paid out regardless, but now it's just like everybody's on that D-backs Giants game, and I'm never a fan of that when there's only like limited action.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of have like a kind of like contradicting bets there. Like I have Ryan Nelson over 4.5 hits allowed, but I also have D-backs. So it's like I'm
Mm,
fading the pitcher, but also taking the team.
bet,
And
bet. Yeah, I
after I
think
submitted my card, I was like, fuck.
it's all good. We'll see, because everybody and their mom was on the D-backs, so at least you played it from a few different angles there. So we'll
That's
see how
right.
that goes.
What's good?
WW's in the chat.
Who's all up in here right now?
So I got Furman Josiah just dropped a W in the chat. Let me pull that up here. What's up, boss? He said plus two Suns plus 2,000, a chance or no chance. All right, we're gonna break down some series, some NBA Finals futures for sure. So we've got a few people on the Twitter, we got a few people on the Twitch. So we appreciate y'all for tapping in. Let's get it, Shark. NBA
You're
playoffs,
telling me
brother.
the you're telling me the very first dude that rolled in here is fading my Wolves?
Hey man, listen, I don't know. The Suns, if they look pretty good, I can't lie. At the end of the season, with the big three getting a little healthy, they might be dangerous. Grayson Allen just got paid. What do you think? You're taking your Wolves, man? You're taking your Wolves?
Are we gonna start with this Wolves Sun series?
Nah. Let's not start with that. Let's not start with that. Let's not start with
Stressing me
that.
out, bro.
Yeah. We do have one playing game left. We might as well just touch on that real briefly, real quickly. Well, two playing games. The Pels and the Kings, the Bulls and the Heat. What you got in those matchups, bro?
Um, man, I kind of want to take the Heat.
Okay. No Jimmy
Um,
Butler, though?
no Jimmy Butler. The
We've
Heat
got
are
a
favorites still without Jimmy.
facts.
Yeah, and I think that's because they know, man. Eric Spoelstra, like we've seen teams rally. Like they still got guys. Like they still got Hero and they still got Bam.
Yeah.
Like I think the Hawks were already cooked. The Hawks were already cooked. So I think there's going to be a lot of people overreacting to that Bulls game. And what's the terminology used for teams that just ain't it? There's like nut ups or something.
Yeah, nut ups. That's what I use. I use nut ups. The Hawks are. I play basketball. I don't know if I mentioned this last time we were on stream, uh, but I play basketball with a guy who works for the Hawks front office. And since I've started playing with them like 3 years ago, I've told him, I'm like, bro, y'all gotta trade Trae Young. You will never win. And this was like right after they went to the Eastern Conference Finals too. So it was like, what are you talking about? We just went to the Eastern Conference Finals, and I'm just like, bro, you can't build around a 6'1", 160-pound dude. My biceps are bigger than Trae Young's. No, I mean, it doesn't say that matters, but I'm just saying, like, you can't. And then him and Deontay Murray, that shit does not work. So,
Who you
what's
think
up?
gets up earlier to work out? You or Trae Young?
Definitely me, because I don't have millions of dollars like Trae Young. So, but I don't know. Trae Young, he's a stud, though. I think this was exactly the game plan that I told him, right? This is what I told him. I said, you trade Trae Young and Clint Capella in the offseason. You get 1 to 2 solid stars. Like, you're not going to get a superstar. You'll get, like, a mid tier or maybe a 1, 2 all star type of player, right? And then you get them to pair with Deontay Murray, keep Jalen Johnson. Maybe you could trade away whatever his name is. And then you keep your sharpshooters in Bogdan and Wesley Matthews, and you go and draft Bronny, and then now you get LeBron because LeBron's gonna go where Bronny is, and then you right there, You might get one or two free agents, and next thing you know, you're a championship team. That was what I said. And Atlanta is a big enough market where LeBron will be willing to like play here. He can still keep his endorsements, fly to LA. It makes sense. So
The
that's that.
problem is, bro. Problem is like Atlanta, like outside of LeBron James, Atlanta's not any good. You think Trey and LeBron is going to be enough to move the needle,
No, you
or do
get
you
rid of
think that
Trey.
bringing LeBron is bringing in more stars?
Yeah, bringing in LeBron is bringing in more stars, and like I said, you trade Trey and Clint Capella to get in another one or two solid stars. Dejounte Murray's the X factor because he's a two-way player. He's good enough on the offensive side to give you 15 to 20 points a game with 7, 8 assists, and he grabs rebounds, but he plays defense hard. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what you
Yeah.
need. And then LeBron needs the sharpshooters, so you got to keep Bogdan, Wesley Matthews. You got to keep one of the young stars and Jalen Johnson just in case, because LeBron realistically has 2-3 years left. So I mean, I'm not saying like this is no long like this is a win now game plan. And then LeBron being there, you know you're gonna get one or two of the older stars that's like on the back half of their career. And then it's like, they might buy in because Bron's there. That's my thing. I think Bron goes to any team that Bronny gets drafted by, unless it's like the fucking Pistons. You get what I'm saying? And the Pistons, I don't think are going to use. I think Bronny gets drafted. If a GM is smart, they're going to use anywhere between the 10th pick to like the 16th pick to draft Bronny. Because, I mean, there's like, I wouldn't take the first 5 picks to draft Bronny because, I mean, those are your lottery picks. But that's my take on it. And also, if the Bucks lose, we're going to dive into these playoff matchups now, guys. If the Bucks lose, especially in the first round, I think Dame is gone, and that could be a trade you can make. Trae Young for Dame, that experiment didn't work. Maybe throw in a few first-round picks, and then that might be worth a damn.
Dame only wants to go to Miami, though.
Listen, these dudes, the only person, there's like 5 dudes in the NBA who have control over what they do, and Dame ain't one of them, okay?
Yeah, word. So I didn't even realize this, but the Heat beat the Bulls in the play-in last year.
They did. Same exact matchup.
Jesus Christ!
Yep.
Is this
But
is this a revenge game for the Bulls?
I think so. I mean, I think
Like obviously the Bulls still have the Heat circled on the calendar from last year.
yeah. And this. I think this is a solid Bulls team. Now, granted, the Hawks play no defense, so they looked immaculate on Tuesday or Wednesday,
That's
whenever
what
they
I'm
played.
saying, bro.
But
That's what I'm
no
saying.
Jimmy.
No Jimmy, bro.
Chat, what do you think?
Buy the bad news.
Buy the bad news. I'm about to pull up the spread right here, chat. Right, so you can see right.
At 6.5, and it's at 1.5 now.
Oh,
So Jimmy
damn.
they're saying is a 5-point player.
That's a hell of a line swing. I mean, so what did the Pelicans and Kings open up with no Zion? I mean,
I think the line already accounted for that.
okay, gotcha. You're right. I guess
I think everyone kind of knew that Zion was cooked.
wasn't. Yeah, I guess you're right. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it opened at
hella Martians. Hold on one second.
No,
Martians.
it's me fucking the site I went on, started playing Planet of the Apes trailer and fucking fucked up my sound.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, the Kings opened up as dogs, and then now
Okay.
they're favorites. But yeah, but it's only been like a 2-point swing, so I don't know if that was the Zion thing or not.
Do we run it back with Kobe White over 20.5 plus money value?
You don't think everyone on the planet's clicking that right now?
I mean, you're right. You're right. I mean, somebody that yesterday. Listen to the worst bet I took yesterday. DeMar DeRozan under a 3-pointer made. He had not scored a 3-pointer in a playoff game since like 2017, and this dude hits a 3-pointer in the first fucking quarter. I was pissed. I mean, it was probably a terrible bet, but it was like, So, Brandon Ingram got to play. Let's see. Furman Josiah said Brandon Ingram got to play like Brandon Ingram. Yeah, he got benched last game. That can't happen again. CJ got to play. I mean, come on now. Like, three guys who have to do something on tomorrow: Brandon Ingram, Tyler Hero, C.J. McCollum. Like Tyler Hero, damn near he's the reason why the Heat lost that game. He shot that team right out the game.
I feel like he kind of had to shoot though.
Fair.
Ain't no one else was pulling.
I mean, you're up by 15 in a game that game was a race to 95, and then they made it into a track meet, and that's what fucked it up.
Dude, it's so funny. I saw on Freezing Cold Takes' Twitter last night, there's a dude tweeting, and it said, if this game's a race to 95, I'm not sure the Sixers can get there.
What's so funny is I was flirting with playing the team total under. There was a time where the Sixers team total under live was at 92.5. And I was like, oh, I might take that. And then I didn't take it. And thank God I did it. And I was doing the math, like it was in the third quarter, 6 minutes left. And I was like, I don't know. This just doesn't seem right. I feel like they're about to turn up. And then sure enough, they turned up. But that's a big win for them. Big win for the Sixers. Now they head to the Garden, take on the Knicks. Let's dive into some of these first round matchups, bro.
Yeah, all right. Let's stop fucking around here. Let's get into it. So we didn't really touch on the play-ins much. Like I don't really give a fuck about the play-ins, to be honest. I think the Heat win.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Hawks were already cooked, and I think the Heat still have a good team, and they still have the coaching advantage there. So I'm gonna take the Heat plus with the home floor. Like Miami's just always going to find a way to squeak in, and God, this Kings Pelicans matchup is killing me. I do, however, have to note that the Kings are severely worse away from the beam than they are under the beam.
That is true.
But also, Zion is a pretty big obstacle to overcome. Or obstacle.
Just a piece.
Yeah, piece. Exactly. Fuck, I don't know, man. I have no fucking idea what to do with the Kings Pelicans.
That's all right. Fuck it. They both will lose in the first round. I lean right now the Kings, and I lean the Bulls, actually. I just like the way that the Bulls are playing right now. I think they're motivated, but I think Alex Caruso getting hurt. I mean, obviously Jimmy's a big miss, but I think Caruso getting hurt is big time for me. And just how he got hurt to me is just like so derailing to a team. It's like, dude, your own man runs into you. No. So we'll see, but I'm ready. I'm ready for the first round because the Knicks. I can't even say my Knicks because I'm not a Knicks fan, but I'm a Jalen Brunson fan. He's probably my favorite player in the league right now, and they opened up as plus 100 value against the Sixers. Now on DraftKings Sportsbook, it is minus 110 across the board for the series totals for the 76ers and Knicks minus 110, minus 110. Do you think, as the 2 seed, the 76ers beat or do you think, as the 7th seed, the 76ers beat the 2 seed Knicks?
Yeah, I think the Sixers win. Sorry, bro.
Okay.
But I think it goes to 7.
Okay.
Obviously, the Knicks have overcome a lot with Randall being out, and I think Brunson I don't say he's going to, like he already has taken the next step into being like a bona fide all-star. Like there was questions on whether he could do it with Randall being out and him putting up the numbers he has been and kind of putting the Knicks on his back.
Right.
Like I think no question. But at the end of the day, you got to look at where Philly is with Embiid back, and with Embiid back, they were already one of the top teams in the East, if not Boston.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think it's kind of like we haven't seen Embiid in a while, so we kind of forgot about him. But let's not get it twisted, man. Like the Sixers are going to beat the Knicks, and I know Knicks fans know it too.
What? Chat, what do you guys think? Who do you have winning this series, chat, between the Sixers and the Knicks. I agree with you. And this is the thing. If the Sixers steal one of the games at the Garden, they win the series. The reason why that is, the Knicks have to beat up the Sixers early. And what I mean by that, Joe Embiid was gassed yesterday. He was gassed. So if Thibodeau is able to make it a physical game and the refs aren't calling stuff like they did for the first 3 quarters of that Heat game or that Sixers game yesterday, the Hartenstein, Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson's back. I mean, Julius Randle, whatever. I don't even like him anyway, so I don't give a fuck that he's not playing. Josh Hart, like they can make this a muddy game, a muddy series. And keep in mind that the Sixers. I mean, I understand that Embiid only played once against them this year in the 4 times they played them. They had not scored 100 points in any of the 4 games that they played them. To me, that is a big thing because if you are now keeping it as a game as it was yesterday, a race to 95, a race to 100, if this game stay below 110, to me it favors the Knicks here. But the Knicks have to defend the home court because I do not believe if they drop one of the first 2 games, they now go into Philadelphia and win both one of those games. In that atmosphere, I don't think that happens. So I do agree with you. It's probably a 7-game series. Maybe you guys want to look at like the series spread or something like that, or even like seeing like taking maybe like an exact number, like total games. I think that's like one of those really good bets, like over. I mean, that ain't no value at over 5.5, but maybe that's like a little parlay piece right there because I think this one goes like over 5.5, and I think the Lakers and Nuggets goes over 5.5, and like just like those 2 picks alone, or even your Wolves and your Suns, that goes over 5.5. And what does that give us on the like plus cheeky right there? It gives us what plus 121 right there. So but it's going to be a good one for sure. I got to ride with I'm going to ride with the Knicks there, not my Knicks, but I'm riding the Knicks there. But, I think it's going to be a very, very bloody series for sure. Like, it's going to be tough.
I'm pretty
Lightning.
fucking pumped. I'm pretty fucking pumped for that Brunson and Maxey back to back.
Yeah, I think that's going to be solid. Solid. Like Lightning said, Sixers is just a line read. Look at the finals odds. The Sixers are way short of a price. It's wild to me. Let's go look at that real quick. Let's see what the
Furman Josh has got it laid out here. He's got plus 1,800, Knicks
Okay.
plus 4,000. It's fucking crazy. I think what he's saying is, or what that's saying, Furman Josh, is like, if the Knicks get past, like the Sixers, if they get past the Knicks, they're much more equipped with the star power they have to win a title versus like the Knicks have really a lot stacked against. Like the Sixers, they think have a better chance at, say, beating Boston than the Knicks do. I think that's like all that's saying.
Right.
Like they're really taking into consideration like the entire road.
That is important too when you're betting the futures. I need to pull up like the futures market here. Futures NBA Finals.
Furman, bro, you're a Suns fan? Shit.
All right, so if we look at the lines here for the finals, the Sixers plus 1,700, plus 1,800, I guess, depending on the book. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 best odds. I get the line read there. I get that. I mean, the Thunder being plus 1,600. What a joke. I mean, they're the 1 seed, but still. Clippers, Nuggets, Bucks. We'll come back to the finals, but that is a good note there, Lightning, on that line read there, because that is important, especially if you guys are into futures betting. Like, that's something that you lock in. Like, you can lock that in, or even lock in, like, conference winner. Like, I feel like plus 700, the Sixers plus 700 to win the conference. Like, to me, that's hella good value, right? Because you can, like, hedge your way through the playoffs off of that. You know what I'm saying? Bucks plus 750, I wouldn't take that. But, obviously it's the Celtics to lose. But, that's something that you keep. Like the Clippers to be at plus 600, they get past the Mavericks, they're in the Western Conference Finals for sure. Right? So it's just like, and I mean, if we look at the bracket as well here, I mean, this is not really the bracket, but, I think that's something to keep in mind, though, when you're taking a look at the when you're taking a look at some of these series and you're trying to play the futures on these games. So something to, because I mean you think about that, like the Clippers beat the Mavericks here, then it's either the Thunder or the Pelicans or the Kings, which the Thunder could easily lose to the Kings in my opinion from a matchup perspective. But let's just say they win that. Clippers versus Thunder, I mean, are the Clippers damn near would probably be favored in that series in all honesty, so that's just something to keep in mind when you're thinking about that. And now you have to go play, the Clippers have to play the Nuggets or the Wolves after winning those two series, and to get to the finals, that's plus 600. That's pretty good value when you really think about it. So just something to kind of think about when you're kind of playing the lines here, playing some of the ways through the tournament, so, or the playoffs. So let's not avoid the elephant in the room, Shark. Tell me why the Wolves are going to beat the Suns. Josiah wants to know. Furman wants to know.
Well, here's the deal. Karl Anthony Towns is going to be the X factor in the series. When Karl Anthony Towns plays like an all-star, the Timberwolves offense is unstoppable. So it's really going to depend on what version of Karl Anthony Towns we get. I'm not sure how much Timberwolves basketball you've watched this year, but when the Wolves are clicking, it's fucking pretty. And I guess I'm more interested, considering we've dropped all 3 games to the Suns this year and like nothing has worked, what Finch is going to try to do. I think our biggest problem, we're not going to turn the ball over as many times as we have the last 2 times we played the Suns. Like we had 16 turnovers last game. Like that's not going to happen again. Well, it might happen in one game. The Wolves are the Wolves. But like it's going to depend on who we have guarding who. Because we tried Jaden McDaniels on Kevin Durant, and it didn't work. And then we tried being like a little bit more physical with Kevin Durant, and we put Ant on him because Ant's like a little bit more physical, like more intense defender than Jaden is, and that didn't work. Like Durant has fucking killed us, man. So what I would like to see, I'm not going to go as far as to saying let's put Rudy Gobert on Kevin Durant, but I think we put Cat on Kevin Durant. That's something we have not tried. Furman's laughing at me.
Cat on Kevin Durant.
Cat on Kevin Durant. Cat can stay in front of Kevin Durant. He's long enough.
Okay.
So you're not. Here's the thing: is like you can't guard Kevin Durant. Like you cannot guard that. His point of release, no one in the NBA can guard that shit. What I do think is Cat can stay out of foul trouble by guarding KD. I don't think KD's very physical. And I think like you keep a nice long body on him, and that way it frees up Jaden McDaniels to clamp down Booker, and you put Ant on Beal. I think that's a little bit better than things we have been doing. How we're going to win this series is not turning the ball over. So we're really going to need to rely on Mike Conley. Now, he's got 12 years of playoff experience, so like the dude's been here. Like he's ready. The question is the rest of the team ready? Is Anthony Edwards ready to play playoff basketball? Yeah, Josiah, I said Clamp Book. I said Jaden McDaniels Clamp Book. What's the Yeah, Devin Armani Booker, son. Jaden McDaniels can Clamp Book. I ain't scared of that fuck. Fucking chicken neck fuck. Anthony Edwards has gotten better every single year he's played. So the question is going to be now, is he going to be able to get past the first round? Like that's like Anthony Edwards' next task. Like he talks a big game. He always talks about winning a title, but like is he good enough to lead us to a first round victory? And I know I said Cat's the X factor. He is the X factor. If we get All-Star Cat, who's unconscious from downtown, like we can't be stopped. But also Ant's gonna need to show up too. I'm not sure. He had a really shitty game the last game that he looked fucking lost out there. I don't think that's gonna happen again. I expect Naz Reid to not lay the egg he did. So like, let's not overreact to the at the end of the year. I think there is something to be said that we can't beat the Suns in the regular season, but the playoffs is a lot more different than the regular season. And I think the Target Center is not known for it, but is now a really tough place to play. And if you were there in those walls with me, you would agree. So I think having home court is something to be said. I kind of think that the Suns have just caught us in like a really weird spot in the 3 times we've played them this season, but I think the boys will be ready. That being said, enough with the yapping. Cat's going to be the X factor. I think he should guard Kevin Durant. Wolves in 7.
Spoken like a true fan, Shark. Spoken like a true fan. Guys, we got to clap it up for Shark on that one. Right? And I will have to respectfully disagree. And that's just simply because of this, right? You said Cat is the X Factor. Sure, he's the X Factor. I'll tell you who the X Factor of this series is, right? Superstars aside, because if Anthony Edwards does what Anthony Edwards is capable of doing, then anything can happen for the Wolves in this series. But Bradley Beal is the X Factor. If Bradley Beal does what he did against y'all in the last game, where in terms of going off, killing y'all for 36 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists on 14 of 21 shooting to go with 2 steals and 1 block, you guys are not winning this series. Now, I will say, it's right now the series line is minus 130 in favor of the Suns. I would technically not lay that. I would maybe wait after game 1 to see, because I think that the Suns have to obviously steal a game on the way to win the series. So they might lose game 1. And then they're going to make adjustments because Frank Vogel is the more experienced coach in this position before. And then we are going to see the thing that plagues the Wolves every single year come playoff time. It's not Anthony Edwards. It's not Karl Anthony Towns, as much as Karl Anthony Towns is a wuss and does not show up. It is Rudy Gobert. It's Rudy motherfucking Gobert. And he cannot be on the floor. Why? Because the Suns are probably not going to play Nurkic that much, in all honesty. And if they do, cool. But there's nobody that Gobert matches up with, that he is the biggest liability come playoff time. And DeMarcus Cousins was talking about this the other day, and I get it. He's a defensive anchor. He does what he needs to do in the regular season, the whatever y'all call him, the French Eiffel Tower style, whatever. Cool. Like, he does what he needs to do. Kudos to Gobert. But come playoff time, he just cannot be on the floor in these positions because he's just so much of a liability defensively. And I believe that the Suns' matchup in this game match series mindset is trading 3s for 2s. Let Gobert do what he needs to do on the side, pull him away from the rim, and then you are able to stretch the floor with KD. I mean, you said Cat on KD. I mean, that's just hilarious. But I mean, Cat's athletic enough, though. I'm not going to disrespect Cat like he ain't athletic enough, but it's KD, right? But Bradley Booker.
I admitted it. I said nobody can guard KD. I'm not saying like Cat's
Right.
going to clamp him. I'm just saying like we need Cat to step up and guard KD so that we don't have to have Mike Conley guarding Bradley Beal. You know,
That's fair.
Like, we need to free up Jaden and Ant to be able to guard the wings. Like, we cannot have Jaden or Ant wasted on Kevin Durant. We need them to guard Beal and Booker. And so we need Cat to fucking step up and guard goddamn Kevin Durant.
I fully agree. But I mean, Yeah, in the 3 games between the Suns and the Wolves this year, Rudy Gobert 25 points in game. I mean 25 minutes in game 1. That was a blowout. In game 2, he only played 29 minutes, and then the last time earlier this past month, he played I think 32 minutes. 32 minutes in a 48-minute game. So, I mean, in playoff time, obviously it's going to be a little bit more minutes, but that's to me is the biggest concern. We will see what happens, but if I was a betting man, which I am, I would take the Suns to win this series. But I do agree with you; it is going to go 7. Um, I think the Suns are the most dangerous team right now in the Western Conference, just because of their not, I can't say that. I just think that the way that they're playing basketball right now and the way that they've gotten healthy at the right time is going to leave a lot of people up to surprise. Because when you really look at the amount of games that the Big Three has played together this year, it's like less than like 30 games. So it's very minimal sample size to go off of. And for me, I think that's an advantage for this team. But obviously, role players always play a big deal in every series. Yeah, I mean, you got to have Eric Gordon hitting some shots. You got to have Grayson Allen hitting some shots. You got to have, some of the role players. But if Frank Vogel's smart, he takes Nurkic out of the lineup. I mean, he starts the game, obviously, but you don't play him for more than 10, 15, 20 minutes max, maybe foul trouble, and you go to a guard-heavy lineup. KD's playing the 5, and you stretch the hell out of the Wolves. And that's how I would play it.
I like how you said earlier, like the thing that plagues the Wolves every year come playoff time. Like we fucking make the playoffs every year, bro. We made the playoffs like fucking 2.5 times since I've been fucking alive. Like,
You're funny.
you're
No, the Wolves have made it more than that. Get out of here.
no,
Let me.
I know that. I'm being fucking sarcastic, obviously,
I
but
feel it. I
like,
feel it. But that
you know what I'm
home court
saying?
does matter, though. I do agree with you. The target setter, I think, is very underrated in terms of, and I think that can mean a lot for this series. Like, like the target setter is a tough place to play. I mean, back to the Garnett Marbury days, the target setter was not anywhere. I mean, I don't know if it was called the target center back then, but Minnesota just wasn't a place that you could come in and just think you could get an easy ass dub. So I will agree with you. You guys are a little bit underrated in terms of your sports fanaticness, or whatever the word is there in Minnesota.
I
I'll
mean,
give you
yeah.
guys your credit.
The Vikes are a wagon at home. The Wolves are a wagon at home. Like Minnesotans get down, man. You get enough grape apes in the city, and fucking shit gets weird. Also,
Rod,
like we're just hungry, man. Like we don't win championships. That's the thing. Is like we're like fed up fans. You know what I'm saying? So like we're ruthless. We don't give a fuck anymore. Like
is
tell
there
me,
a, is there any first round matchups that you see from a seeding perspective, not necessarily a betting perspective? I know you said the Sixers and the Knicks, so that is a seeding upset. But besides that one, do you see there being an upset out there? I mean, right now the books have the Pacers favored over the Bucks, so that's a seeding upset. Obviously, the Suns are favored over the Wolves, so that's a seeding upset. They don't have lines up for the Thunder just yet. So, but even if it doesn't matter, the Thunder Kings or Thunder Pelicans, like, is there a series that you see in this first round where you're looking at taking the dog, not just on a series spread, but just even like maybe on games?
um, you know what I'm gonna do, Noble?
What are you gonna do, Shark?
I'm riding with LeBron James.
I knew you were gonna say that.
You knew I was gonna fucking say that, dude, didn't you? I am riding with the Lakers this whole next series, and
Okay.
I'm taking the series spread, and I'm taking them to beat the Nuggets.
Okay.
I don't think Murray's right now, and in order for the Nuggets to be like tip top, I think Murray and Jokic need to both be like top tier. And I think one of them is top tier. Like you have the best big man in the league in Jokic, but I don't think Murray is currently right.
Okay.
And I think the Timberwolves don't fucking not sure. Did you watch that game on ESPN with the Wolves and Nuggets? Like for that
What was it?
essentially like the game for the
Yeah,
number
yeah,
one
yeah,
seed.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like the Timberwolves don't shoot fucking like 15% in the fourth quarter. They fucking win that game by 10. So I think LeBron knows this might be his last ride with the Lakers. I think we're seeing like he goes in waves. LeBron does.
Mhm.
Like he goes in like Harry Houdini doesn't give a fuck. LeBron.
Mhm.
Then he goes into like nostril flaring, like turning back the clock. LeBron. And I think we're now currently seeing like I think he really genuinely likes the team he has this season. I think they're clicking. They've had a good run to end the year, and I think that is carrying over into the locker room.
Mhm.
And I think Darvin Ham is taking a step back and is kind of letting the players run the show versus trying to like experiment with so many lineups. Like I think they finally found a rotation that works. And I think the Lakers are going to give Denver troubles. I think AD is going to give Jokic trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I think the Lakers have enough role players to go back and forth with the Nuggets.
Yeah.
And when you have LeBron James on the floor, it's like I don't know, man. I It's really tough to repeat unless you have fucking LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and fucking Chris Bosh and Ray Allen, or you have fucking Kobe and Shaq, or you have Tim Duncan and fucking Greg Popovich. So I just don't see the Nuggets as a repeat team. I think they had like a nice magical year last year. Obviously, they're still gonna like be gym class heroes in the regular season and get a top seed in the West this year.
Mhm.
But in a playoff setting, I think a lot of things need to go the Nuggets' way to be able to beat the Lakers from a matchup standpoint. And I just don't. I see more value with taking the Lake Show.
I agree with you. I think the value is on the Lakers for sure, and I have to agree with you. Like, I think the Nuggets are still a matchup nightmare for the Lakers just because of their size. I mean, AD is the biggest player that the Lakers obviously have that plays significant minutes, but then after that, you really have like Hachimura, who's like only 6'8", and then LeBron, obviously. So, I mean, you got to think Michael Porter Jr. is freaking 6'8" for getting crying out loud. And that, got Aaron Gordon, you got Jokic. I mean, it's just so much size that Denver has. And then obviously LeBron being 50 years old, the altitude I think always matters. But I do agree with you. If you really watched, like, this is a game or a series, I should say, like, if you really watch basketball, and the reason why I say that is like the Nuggets obviously won that series last year and they swept them, if I'm not mistaken. But all those games, except for like the last one, was super close. And it took like miraculous shots from the Nuggets, in all honesty. Like they hit some bullshit in like all those games to
Hit the
win those.
bullshit.
Yeah, like they did. And I think you got to get some regression back to the mean here, and maybe some stuff falls in the Lakers' favor here. Obviously, we say this every time it's a big game, a big matchup, but AD is the guy that has to, wear the load here and not have it on LeBron's shoulders. But I love the way D'Angelo Russell's playing right now. The confidence is there, the shooting stroke is there. Gabe Vincent, if he can come off the bench and add a few 3-pointers like he did for the Pelicans game, I think Spencer Dinwiddie needs to make himself a little bit more like. I mean, he only played like 10 minutes, but if he's in the game, he has to be a little bit more kind of assertive instead of just trying to like dish the ball so much. But it is one of those games series to me that if LeBron and them get past the Nuggets, they're in the Western Conference Finals for sure. Like this
Yeah,
might
I
be
mean
their last run.
the Lakers finished the year 12-3, and I think that's because they sensed urgency. Like we saw what can happen when the Lakers like try.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we saw they were clearing away like the best. I don't even want to bring this up, but I'm gonna anyway because I do think that players are trying a lot harder than they normally do. They were clearing away the best team in the fucking play-in tournament. Like,
Yeah.
and that was when with the players like with the switch turned on. So like we've
Yeah.
seen what the Lakers can do when they're like actually trying, and I do think there's some sort of like mid-season, like fuck it, like we'll make the playoffs. And then I think the Lakers really kind of looked at the standings towards the end of the season. They're like, holy fuck, like we have to start winning some fucking games here, and
Hmm.
like really turned it on. And we saw that with they closed out the season fucking 12-3.
Yeah.
Um,
I think another good stat that I think I just read, let me see, I pulled it up real quick. It says Gabe Vincent, right, matching up against Jamal Murray. When Murray averaged 32 and a half points on 53, 41, 95 splits last year in the conference finals against the Lakers, but that was when Dennis Schroeder was guarding him, right? When Gabe Vincent was guarding him in the NBA finals, it went down to 21.4 points on 45, 39, and 93 splits. So, I mean, obviously, it's not just like a clear cut because the Heat are a little bit different of a team defensively, but that kind of just shows you Murray averaged 30.9 points per 100 possessions in the finals to Gabe Vincent as a primary defender compared to 36.9 when Dennis Schroeder was guarding him. So, also that familiarity with Vincent from the NBA finals last year, I think that could play dividends for this Lakers team here in a big way, especially if he's playing significant minutes, allowing D'Angelo Russell to kind of save a little bit more of the energy for the offensive side of the ball. So I do think, to your point, the Lakers are a very, very big underdog here that should turn some heads from, especially from a line perspective. On the line for them to win this series, it is plus 250 on DraftKings. So, if you guys want to take a look at that, I mean, that's damn good value right here at plus 250 on the Lakers
what's
to
the
win the
series for
series.
that?
The series spread is, well, they
Not
have
like
all
I
the
have
they
to
have all
go
the
to.
alts. I got it right here, pulled up on the screen. It's all the alt spreads really, but basically the one it would be Nuggets minus 1.5 because that's minus 140. So basically, 4-2.
People forget the Nuggets swept the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals last year.
Right. Yeah. So I mean,
Admittedly, this is a much different Lakers team than last season.
Lakers plus 1.5 at plus 120. That's not bad.
Like, who are the Lakers? The Lakers got swept. Who were they rolling out last year? They had fucking Dennis Schroeder. Fucking wasn't Tristan Thompson playing minutes for the Lakers last year in the finals?
I mean that team to me was a little bit all over the place.
Lonnie Walker. That's right, dude. Lonnie Walker the fourth was getting burned in the WTF. I love me some Lonnie Walker, but Jesus Christ, no wonder you got swept. You got Rui Hachimura playing 42 minutes.
Dennis
Jesus,
Schroeder,
bro.
yeah, and then that was also when like D'Lo was like, I mean, I'm talking about, I mean,
Abysmal.
bro, dude was absent. I mean,
Absent without leave. That's
so
fucked, dude. So, are we in agreement here that Lakers plus 1.5 is the move?
I think so. I think that's a very solid value pick that you need to put in. I think I like that plus 1.5. I like the Lakers here in this series. I'm not going to take them on the full series to win it all, but I think it's worth a sprinkle at plus 250. Not bad value there.
Right on. So, we've differed in. I think the Suns are winning. Um, I actually think the Suns are winning too, but I'm taking the Wolves just as like the Minnesota and Minnesota negativity. Um, have we talked about Clippers Mavs?
We haven't. We haven't. Let's break that one down real quick. Got about 20 more minutes real quick so we can break down the last few matchups that we got here. We could do Clippers Mavs unless chat has anything else. I mean, Pacers and Bucks to me really just comes down to if Giannis plays or not. I mean, if Giannis
Well,
doesn't play, I don't really know what's going to happen in that series. And fuck Doc Rivers.
they said that they're going to be without Giannis for a little bit. So the line, I think, is taking into consideration that they're not going to have Giannis for maybe 1 or 2 games.
Right, right. But I mean, yeah, if the Bucks can steal one game and Giannis comes back game 3 or 4, it's possible, but it's not
I will
that
say I'm gonna
stuff.
be all over Dame's props in that series.
You think we're gonna get playoff Dame? I mean, playoff
I think we're
Jimmy,
gonna get
playoff
playoff
Dame.
Dame. Playoff Dame. I think we're gonna get some points.
Okay,
Like we're talking like 30 plus points a game from Dame. He's gonna have to.
we're gonna get some attempts. I'll tell you that. My prize picks people take those field goal attempts.
All right,
So
Clips Mavs.
Clippers,
So like
Clippers.
I have long this season held on to the notion inside my head that the Clippers were the best team in the NBA with Boston. I mean, it just made sense. Like the middle of the season, like November to All-Star break,
Right.
they were the highest scoring team in the league. And they only lost 8 games out of like the 40 game stretch there. Like they were like 40-8 or something. That math didn't make sense. Out of like 50 games. Either way, they only lost like 8 games between November and the All-Star break. It's fucking crazy.
Hmm.
Plus, like they had the defense with like Kawhi and PG and Powell and those boys, and like fucking Zubac. But like since the All-Star break, the Clippers haven't really been any good. Like Kawhi's got knee problems again. Fuck, it's not great. Harden's been kind of shitty. Not sure if you've been seeing how he's been playing.
Hmm.
And then like it's kind of like a tale of two teams going opposite directions. Like Dallas actually made some really good moves at the deadline, and they're like the new Clippers now. Like they finished the season 21-8 after they got PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford. Like they have a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense over the last 2 months.
Hmm.
Like if they can keep that defense up, they're going to be as dangerous as anyone in this goddamn bracket. So Luka, Kyrie, there's no like, well, we got to clamp down one or the other. Like they're both going to get theirs. They have a championship built. They got 2 stars that can make shots all around the floor, that can run the offense however they fucking want to, and they have guys that can make you pay from the perimeter, and they have a good defense now. So the only advantage I'd say the Clippers have is the coaching advantage. Like Tyronn Lue, I've always maintained is one of the best coaches, one of the best X's and O's guys, guys that making adjustments mid game, like in the league. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Like, what do you think?
Man, so this is a matchup where we need to see Luka Doncic at his best form. Okay, and the reason why I say that is obviously the Clippers. I agree with you. Mid-November, best team in the NBA. I mean, they looked unstoppable. We saw everything that they could do. But this Mavericks team, I mean, this is a matchup between these two teams that we have seen pretty consistently. And the Mavericks lost to the Clippers over the past few seasons in this matchup, right? They lost in the Western Conference first round in 2019-2020 to the Clippers. 2021-2022, 2020 to 2021 they lost in the first round to the Clippers. They made it to the Western Conference Finals the year after that, and that's when they lost to the Golden State Warriors, and then they failed to make the playoffs last year, and then obviously here we are again, same matchup. So Luka, you got to get that monkey off your back. Kyrie's going to do what Kyrie does, but for me, this is not Kyrie's series. This is not Kyrie's history. This is Luka's series. This is Luka's history against this team. So we have to see what Luka does. And you know what? A lot of people are going to be on Luka, and I'm going to be on the Clippers. And I might be biased, and the reason why I'm biased is because I love Harden, and I need Harden. If Harden lets me down this series, this will be the last of my James Harden kind of backing, kind of whatever you want to call it. My support of James Harden, my love of James Harden will always be there. But from a perspective of like trying to defend you against a mountain of people who disrespect James Harden for who James Harden is and what he's contributed to the game, it's going to be very hard for me to do that if he loses in the first round with the squad that the Clippers have. Now, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, obviously Kawhi being healthy is going to be big, but the fact that he got that Olympic jersey tells me that he's good to go. If he did not get that Olympic jersey, I would be worried because I would have been like, okay, maybe there's something that we don't know about. But there's no way Steve Ballmer, knowing that this is your franchise player. You're moving to a new arena next year. Is going to risk your Kawhi playing for this country when we have the gold medal already locked up. I mean, obviously anything can happen, but you know what I mean. Or the alternative people that are there is going to let him play in this Olympics if he was not good enough to play in this playoffs. So now, when we get down to like the Western Conference Finals and the fatigue and the wear and tear sets in, that's a different conversation. But I'm talking about for the first round. If Paul George has to be there, Kawhi, he's there, and those are two mathematically as two guys who played the game of basketball we didn't play obviously at an NBA level, but we played basketball at a high level. Both of us did. We understand the matchup nightmare that both of those guys are. And I'm not saying that Luka is not, because Kyrie is obviously the most talented of all the players that are out there. But for me, the offense to defense that the Clippers have, to me, is the difference in this game, because the Clippers have the offensive side with Kawhi. The Mavs have the offensive side with Luka and Kyrie, but they have the defensive guys in PJ. They've got the stretch player in Hardaway. Like, they've got the guys who do their roles. But in the playoffs, it's not only about who can do their role, it's about who steps up and comes and shines out of their role. That's why the Heat made it to the NBA Finals last year. Everybody was talking about Jimmy Butler. No, it was because Caleb Martin decided to go crazy against the Boston Celtics. It's the role players who decide to come out of their role. Norman Powell from the corner is a role player who can come out of his role, right? Zubac is a guy who can go off for 15, 20 points and have a 20 rebound game that could be monstrous and come out of his role, right? So that's what's going to be, to me, is going to be the difference in the X factor in this series, because we know Luka's going to do what he does. Kyrie's going to do what he does. Oohs and ahs are going to happen from PG. Harden, if he decides to actually be aggressive offensively, right? Those things are going to happen. But what about the other players on this team who are going to step up? And if Terrence Mann decides to have a 20-point game, that's the difference in this series, and that's the difference here. And I believe that when you look at it on paper and you look at the way that these players have stepped up, especially the Clippers, with the injuries that they faced this season and the different rotations and lineups that they had to deal with, they're better equipped for this position for the role players to step up if we have Harden go through a classic Harden game where he has 8 turnovers and 0 3-pointers. That's why the Warriors lost, because nobody else stepped up when Clay was struggling. And that's what you're going to need. Obviously, that's a one-game thing, and that's tough in that situation. But in a 7-game series, you have the ability to adjust. You have the ability to step up and make. And I think that's the favorable for the Clippers here. I know the people want the Mavs to win. I'm not opposed to that from a fan perspective, but I think it's the Clippers here. They have the easiest route to the Western Conference Finals, and I think they could be the Western Conference representative here. So I'm going to back the Clippers.
If Kawhi Leonard plays, I'm all over the Clips. If he doesn't play, I'm not sure I can back the Clips. But I hear what you're saying.
That's fair. I'm not opposed to that.
Like I said, I think the Clippers are one of the best teams in basketball if they have everyone healthy. But if you don't have Terminator, with how Harden's been playing, I don't see how they can keep up with Luka and Kyrie, the rest of that squad.
And Josiah said, if Kawhi healthy, I like the Clips' chances. I mean, I feel like that's what we say every year, right? I mean, let's be honest, right? I mean, he's obviously been hurt, but he's played more games this year than we've seen from him since, like, the fucking Raptor days. So that gives me the hope that he is all right. And like I said, the fact that they gave him that Olympic jersey, to me, is a foreshadow that it's like you would have not gotten that jersey if you were not medically cleared. And he's certainly not the 12th man on that team. So he's definitely going to be playing. You get what I'm saying? So that to me is the way that I'm thinking, and I'm foreshadowing, and I'm just kind of putting these different scenarios together. But yeah, Kawhi, if he plays, and I think it's on Tyronn Lue too. Like, don't play this dude 42 minutes in game 1 and 2. I don't care if it's a close game. Like, you have to think about this stuff. And that's another thing that pisses me off a lot of times. Some of these coaches, like even with like LeBron, it's just like, yeah, he needed to play 40 minutes in the playing game because it's a win or go home game. But if the game in Denver, y'all are down by 15 points with 7 minutes left to go, I'm not saying you can't fight and come back, but you need to know when to call it a night when you got that type of player because you have to be thinking about the longevity of the series.
True that, man. I just read that Kawhi has injection in knee, aiming to play in Clippers game 1. He hasn't played since March 31st.
He's coming. The claw is coming.
Kawhi is one of my favorite players in the league. Not sure if you knew that. So I fucking
No, I
hope he
didn't.
plays.
I didn't know that.
Anthony Edwards, Dame Lillard, and Kawhi Leonard are my 3 favorite players in the association.
That's a mean list right there. I like those guys.
That's right.
Any
What's
other
the series
first?
price?
The series price on that one, my friends, is I think the Mavs are favored. If I'm gonna be all the way honest with you, hold on. It is the Mavericks minus 125, Clippers plus 105. Do you think the Magic have a chance against the Cavs, or are we just gonna like just chalk that up?
I was just going to say, speaking of knee injections, Donovan Mitchell, since he had his fucking knee injection, he's averaging 18 points a game. So
Yeah,
something's not fucking right with that dude.
Darius Garland has
Cleveland,
to step up.
yeah, he's got to step up. Cleveland went 12-17 after the All-Star break, dude. So I'm just like kind of torn because I don't know if I don't trust the Orlando Magic to win a playoff series yet. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm with you. I believe
Like I don't think
experience.
they have the offense to do that. And I don't think Paolo is ready to take over a playoff series. And so like, yeah, Donovan Mitchell has been kind of ass lately, but like is 18 points per game that ass? Like is there anyone on Donovan Mitchell averaging 18 points per game is like almost better than anyone on the Magic. Like from an offensive standpoint, if that makes any sense.
No, I agree. I think these young teams are going to be in for a rude awakening, especially if it's as physical as we've been seeing these playing games being called. SGA is not going to be able to get that mid range shot like he's used to getting them little weak ass calls he gets. I mean, the way that the Magic play with Suggs and Black and it's going to be a struggle, and I think that's what gives the Cavs the advantage here. You don't need Donovan to drop 20 points if again this is a race to 100 points, and you've got Jaren Allen and Evan Mobley, which fit perfect for playoff basketball. As long as Strus isn't shooting 0 for 7 from the 3-point line, you know they should be okay.
They don't shoot threes, the Magic don't. Like, newsflash, it's 2024 in the NBA, bro. You got to shoot some threes. I think they really have made a name on, like, being gym class heroes this regular season. And I think they're a little bit overseeded, the Magic, currently.
Yeah, I think this is one of those where you pat them on the back. They came this far, great season, and then you just move on. It's just like if they lose, as long as they don't get swept. I don't think they get swept, but this series 4-2 favor of the Cavs. People will not like blink an eye and be like, "Oh, it was a great season for the Mavs." Like, I mean, the Magic. That's the way they're gonna look at it. It was like no, but I don't think anybody was expecting the Magic to make the leap that they did. So kudos to them for that. But
Well, here's the thing. Like, so the Magic don't shoot threes. They score a lot of their points at the rack. But, like, you have Jared Allen and you have Evan Mobley, who are like 2 outstanding rim protectors. So like where are the Magic going to find holes in this defense? Like I just think that Cleveland's going to expose the Magic's offense.
they have the line at that game for 207.5. I really like that under. I mean, I have to look at the numbers a little bit more, but like on first read, I would definitely go to the under on that game. And I want to see what the team total is. Uh,
Yeah, I think everything on here is pointing Cleveland to me. Like I don't care that they finished the year kind of trash. I think playoffs are kind of a different animal.
oh, 100%. 100%. So let me see. I'm trying to look at their team total. I can't find it. But so yeah, I think we've covered just about every first round series. Any
We
kind
didn't
of
really talk much about the Bucks Pacers. Like, is there
oh
anything
yeah,
you really
we
want to add to that, or are you just saying like,
I agree with you. I think it's I mean, it's so hard to predict. I mean the Bucks team, man, I like the way they look under Dantley. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think he was doing that bad of a job. I mean, but Doc Rivers, bro, I think he's the like one of the most overrated coaches. I mean, it's just funny now that the media is starting to like really push that narrative because like JJ Redick came out and was like adamant about it. But I've been saying that since like 2012. Like the fact that they only won one championship with that Celtics team to me is a little bit like underwhelming. And then every other roster that he's had after that has been solid. Like Clippers, solid. Sixers, solid. And it's not even like he's gone back to the finals since that Celtics team. It's just like dude is just a bona fide scrub. Like so, yeah, Dame is gonna do what he needs to do. Shout out to Dame, and like I agree with you. Like I'm taking player props in that. I'm taking Pacers team total over, taking the Bucks team total over. Like if the Pacers are they gonna decide to play Rick Carl defense? Because I mean, keep in mind that's what got the Mavs to the championship the year with Dirk is defense, right? Obviously they don't have the same type of pieces, but the experience and is there. But for me, I can't get to the window with the Bucks. So that's a game by game basis for me, and just basically reading how the lines are going to be in that matchup, and then let's see what Halliburton looks like. Um, you know, 10, 12 assists per game this series. I can easily see that happening. So he's a guy that I'll probably have in some PP kind of 3-4 manners. But besides that, that's the most that I'll be looking at in this series for me personally.
yo, I didn't realize how much. Like, I knew Halliburton fell off, but I didn't realize like. So
His
Hallie
stats,
was, yeah, like Halliburton was averaging before his hamstring injury, bro. He
bro,
was averaging 27 and 11 against the Bucks, and his games after his hamstring injury, he's averaging 16 and 9.
his fall off. I mean, that's why for me, I was just shocked when I saw his name on the Olympic roster. In my personal opinion, I'm just like,
Is it because of Siakam? Like, I know they slowed their offense down tremendously once they got Siakam.
I mean, that's
Like, it's like
like,
this new offense doesn't suit his prowess that well.
I mean, sure. I don't know. It's just, I mean, you lost one of your best shooters, obviously, in Buddy Hield, but I mean, it's not. I don't know, man. I just think the Halliburton, the shots that he was hitting at the beginning of the year, to me, were questionable to begin with. Anybody who takes those Steph Curry threes is questionable. There's only been about 3 players in the NBA to me who hit those shots consistently where it's not like questionable. It's Steph, it's Dame, and it's Trey Young. There's no like so some of those plays that he was making to me, I felt regression was due, and the regression came. So we'll see what he looks like in this series. I think they're getting off easy because Giannis isn't playing, but I mean that yes, the fall off has definitely been there. We need to see what he looks like here in this series, and if he can limit the turnovers. But again, I don't have faith in the Bucks defense because the way they play the drop screen coverage with Brook Lopez is just so stupid, and it allows somebody like Halliburton to already get going downhill. So it's frustrating. I mean, as a basketball guy, X and O's. Do you watch LeBron and JJ's podcast?
I do not.
Oh yeah, you gotta check that out, bro. Like if you actually like the X and O's of the game, you'll rock with that podcast heavy. So it's just like watch how the Bucks defend, like the pick and roll, the pick and pop with Miles Turner. It just like Halliburton it sets him up perfectly for his kind of like play style. So if there's a series that he should be able to bounce back and show what he can do for 7 games, 4, 5, 6 games, it should be this series. So I am going to be bullish on him in this series and take a lot of his props to start. But it's definitely something that we need to keep an eye on for sure. But yeah, his
Dude,
fall off has been heavy.
Do you know what's gonna geek me out this series?
What's up?
Is fucking Miles Turner versus Brook Lopez and like Bobby Portis.
Bro.
That shit is gonna be fucking hilarious.
The new NBA centers just shooting threes, bricking them.
Who do you think gets more technical fouls this series? Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis, or Miles Turner and Aaron Nesmith?
I would say
take both of them.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would go Bobby. Bobby gets a little bit animated out there. Not gonna lie.
Bobby and Brook. I just feel like they're gonna fucking hate each other. Miles Turner and Brook Lopez are gonna fucking hate each other.
We need that intensity. No Draymond in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's right. Someone's got to step up. It's got to be Bobby, right?
Yeah, maybe Bobby. I like that.
Dude, I'm taking the Pacers to win the series.
I'm not opposed to that. -120 on the books. I like that. I'm not opposed to
Giannis, good fucking game, bro. The Bucks have already kind of low-key been ass all year. Now they don't have Giannis. Good fucking game. I love Dame, but good game, Dame.
And watch Dame have 45 in each of the first 3 games.
Right? I would fucking love that as a Dame stan. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let's go through each matchup and give our team and in how many games to kind of cap it off here.
Roger that. And then let's do that, and then let's wrap it up with maybe like a NBA a conference champ final or NBA final maybe person. I don't know. We can see. Because I'm sure we'll be around for another stream. So all right, let's go. Who do you got first?
All right, let's start with the East. Let's go to the Boston Celtics. I'm taking the Celtics in 4. I don't care who the fuck they play.
Celtics playing the Bulls. I'll take Celtics in 5.
Okay. You're a firm believer and they drop one?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in I just don't think I think the league makes calls on sweeps, in all honesty. It's not good for the ratings. Not good for the ticket money. We need one more game.
Yep. All right, so we getting these on a record here? You writing these down?
Yep, I'm writing them down. So let me see. Shark, hold on. All right, Shark, Noble. All right, I said Celtics in 5. You said Celtics in 4. All right, what's next series?
Better boy Xander, fucking Wolves all the way, my guy. All right, next game, Knicks Sixers. I think Philly in 7.
Philly in 7. Knicks in 7.
Okay. All right. Pacers, Bucks. Oh my god, dude. This is the fucking game ball series.
What does that mean?
You remember the fucking Oscar Sheboy game ball fucking thing? When Giannis scored his fucking career high or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
This is the fucking.
I forgot about that shit.
This shit is so scripted. My god, dude. That shit is fucking hilarious. I'm taking the Pacers in 6.
Pacers in 6. I'm gonna take Pacers in 7.
Pacers in 7. All right, next doing Cavs Magic. I'm gonna go Cavs in 5.
Cavs in 5. I got Cavs in 6. Actually, give me the Bucks in 7. Give me the Bucks in 7. I'm changing mine. Let's
You
keep
think
it low.
Giannis is going to come back?
I
And
think he's coming back. I think he's coming back. Bucks in
okay,
7.
make sure you make a little note there that this is what we believe to be Giannis not playing. Everything I'm reading says that Giannis is probably going to miss the first series.
Nah. You gotta stick with it.
All right, fuck it. Sixers and 6. Or Sixers, fucking
Pacers in
Pacers.
6.
All right, let's go to the West.
Xander wants
Yeah.
to know what you think about the Wolves. Yeah, we did talk about it, but yeah, we'll break that one down. Give him when you say your
Once we get to
Wolves
the
pick.
game, I'll talk about it a little bit. All right. Thunder versus fucking Kings or Pels. Give me Thunder in 6, regardless who they play.
This to me matters. If the Kings win, give me Kings in 7. If the Pels win, then it's Thunder in 6. So I'll just write down Kings in 7 because I do think the Kings win tomorrow. So I have Kings in 7 right now.
Right on. All right, Nuggets Lakers. Give me Lakers in 7.
Ooh, Lakers in 7.
Lakers in
All right. Oh man, this one hurts. I want to say the Lakers. I do. Nuggets in 7. Nuggets in 7.
Someone had to do it.
LeBron, it's been a good ride.
All right, Wolves Suns. Real quick here, Xander. The Minnesotan in me is telling me GG's. The optimist in me is telling me this. If Finch can figure out the right defensive adjustments to where Anthony Edwards or Jaden McDaniels does not have to guard Kevin Durant, I think we stand as good of a chance as anyone. So my proposal is that Karl Anthony Towns guards Kevin Durant. You're never going to be able to stop him, regardless of who you put on him. That's just who Kevin Durant is. I think by putting Cat on KD, you keep him out of foul trouble because KD's not very physical. I think Cat is long enough and can stay in front of him. So I think that's your best option there. And you can allow Ant to be physical with Beal and Booker and McDaniels to clamp either one, pick and choose. Also like the Wolves' ability to defend the perimeter with guys like Grayson Allen. Like we have guys like Nickeil Alexander-Walker. We have Mike Conley, who's a 12-year playoff vet. And I think the Target Center is a really tough place to play, although you haven't seen much of it because the Wolves don't make the playoffs ever. They really do. Minnesotans go nuts for the Wolves. And so I think all things aside with the regular season record, the playoffs are a different animal. I think Anthony Edwards is fucking him. And Bradley Beal isn't a fucking winner. And so I think anything that Bradley Beal is on is cursed, much like anything Minnesota's on is cursed. The X factor here is going to be Karl Anthony Towns. If Towns plays like an all-star, the Timberwolves are unstoppable and we're going to the finals. That's what I'm going to say. If Towns can average 23 points per game and stay out of foul trouble, the Minnesota Timberwolves can go to the finals. So I'm going to say Timberwolves in 7 because I think that you're not going to get the same amount of turnovers, and I think you're not going to get stinkers from Anthony Edwards and Naz Reid like you saw in the last game of the year. A little bit of an overreaction. Target Center is a tough place to play. Home court advantage is going to be key here. Having that extra home game, Wolves in 7.
Twins to the World Series.
Fucking yeah, right, dude.
Oh man, Shark just went in.
Right, dude. No way.
Suns in 6. Give me the
Suns in
Phoenix Suns in 6, baby. All right, D book is him. Anthony Edwards next year, brother. Next year. The first year is for you to feel the fame. The second year is for you to actually live up to the fame. He's just getting started, but it's all good. We'll see. So, but give me the Suns in this matchup. It's a matchup nightmare for them.
Sadly, it's probably going to be Suns in 6, but it's Wolves in 7. Fuck them all. Clippers, Mavs. Give me Clippers in 7. If Kawhi plays. If Kawhi does not play, give me Mavs in 6. So it's all depending on was playing. What are you laughing at?
Xander told me to shut up. I fuck with it. I fuck with
Love
it.
that.
But
No, I love
I
Terrence Young.
rock. I rock with Minnesota. I got to come to a game up there with y'all. Like y'all are passionate. I love passionate fan bases.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
well,
with
come on up. We'll fucking kick it and we'll go to a Wolves game.
for sure. Oh, yeah, we need to do that. All right. So Clippers in 7. I agree with you. Do I want to say 6 or 7? I think it goes 7. I think it goes 7. Clippers in 7.
This is if Kawhi plays. Like that's the X factor for me.
That's fair. I'll put a star next to yours. I don't care if
Hey,
Kawhi plays.
UB Bulls wants to know about your Pelicans and Kings deal.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell you to cash out any ticket you got. I mean, if you have a future or something, I don't know what you got. I mean, if you just locked in the Pelicans like on the -1.5 or whatever, then I mean, ride with that, bro. I'm not mad at it. But I'm personally on the Kings. I just think no Zion is big. I think the Pelicans they just are too banged up of a team. Brandon Ingram is a little bit too inconsistent right now. He's obviously not all the way healthy. CJ McCollum, I mean, I have a problem with guys who try to just turn it up on the playoffs, and like you haven't been doing that all season. I think Pat Bev actually talked about that a little bit on his podcast. It's not as easy as people try to make it seem. I think the Kings, just like the confidence that they have after beating the Warriors at home, and the way that Ellis boy playing right now, I think they just more of a matchup nightmare to me. Matching up wise, they don't really have. I don't think the Pelicans have anybody who can kind of stop the combo of Sabonis with the way that Keegan Murray's shooting the ball. Obviously, Fox. So I'm taking the Pelicans in that game.
Do you
And I
think that
also, I mean, not Pelicans, the Kings.
The Kings? Do you think the Kings are a little bit undermanned as well without Malik Monk and Herter?
I think so, but I think that's what's got them driven, and I think that's why we're getting the line value that we're getting. I mean, come on now. They had the Warriors at 3.5 in Sacramento, and don't get me wrong, I was on the Warriors that game, but like, I mean, like I said, Ellis. The world saw who he was in the game against the Warriors, but he's been hooping like that for like the last 2-3 weeks. Like dude's confidence is through the roof. So I mean, if De'Aaron Fox is shooting 8 of 25 from the field, then it's not going to be to me it's tough. But no Zion. If Zion was playing, I would have taken the Pelicans. But no Zion. I mean, look, take away Zion's 40 points from that game against the Lakers, bro. The Pelicans were getting washed, bro. And I just mean that respectfully. Like CJ wasn't hitting shots. Ingram, like they just haven't been that good. So yeah, to your point, the Pelicans dominated the Kings in the regular season, won all by 10. I like that. I mean, I like the Kings even more because of that. In all honesty, I think
Pelicans are 7-5 without Zion this season.
Okay, I didn't. I
It's
mean,
kind of, yeah, it's kind of like how we talked about Jimmy. Like it's deflating almost. Like for the
yeah.
Pelicans.
But I will say, Keegan Murray did play the game of his life. So it's just like that's something that is like you have to kind of account for that too. Some regression is due there. But to me, I think the playoffs is about experience. And when you have the Kings team, they're just more experienced. They've been all the players have been in that position before. Harrison Barnes has obviously won a championship before. The coach has been there before. I mean, the Pelicans got what? Willie Green? Is this his first playoff appearance? Was he the coach last year? I don't even know. Like it's that stuff matters. That's why we talked about the Thunder series. That's why I said if the Kings win, the Kings will beat the Thunder in the first round because that experience when you're playing the same team for 7 games, that stuff matters. That's just me. But don't cash out your parlay ticket because I don't want you to, don't. If it's a parlay, definitely don't cash it out if that's the last leg because you can just hedge off of that live. So I would just say that. Just take the Kings plus money when they get down plus 200. So either way, you're gonna win. So that's what I would do.
Keegan Murray turned into fucking Klay Thompson.
Bro, ridiculous. So it's just like that's not going to happen again. But at the same time, does it? All right. How many more series we got? We got Kings, Nuggets.
Done, bro.
Oh, no. Oh, we did all of them. Okay. Bet. All right. So give me your. Let's pull it up real quick. We don't have to go NBA Finals. Let's just go with your Eastern Conference and Western Conference to make it to the finals. So we'll go with that. So we got it pulled up right here. Eastern Conference winner, Western Conference winner. Who do you got?
Celtics winning the East.
Okay.
No Jimmy Butler to take down the C's now. So it's all them.
All right. And then who you got in the West?
Who you got in the East?
I've got coming out of the East, winning it.
What do you got?
Can't
What do you got?
lie.
The Knicks?
Nah, nah, I can't lie. I got the Celtics. There's nobody that's going to beat the Celtics.
That's right. So
And
West, I'm undecided.
he wants to
There's
hit
a lot
that
of
plus
it's gonna-
1100.
I want to hit that plus 1100. I actually did see this fucking TikTok video yesterday, and it's like that shit you see in college basketball where it's like, I went through all the trends, and there's only 6 teams that can win the fucking tournament. You know what I'm talking about? It was one of those, but it was like, I went through all the trends, and there's only 2 teams that can win the NBA Finals based on all the trends. You know what those 2 teams were?
The Celtics and the Nuggets.
The Celtics and the Timberwolves.
Oh, wow.
They're
Well,
the only 2 teams that fit all the criteria for past champions of like the last 20 years.
that puts us at plus 1700. Not bad. Okay.
Here's my thing. There's just like, okay, if Minnesota beats the Suns, they're going to the NBA Finals. But they also could lose the very first game. Dude, I don't know, man. The West, like if Kawhi plays, Clipper, like, although I do have the Lakers beating the Nuggets. So why the fuck not? Why don't we turn back the clock? Like the NBA hasn't had their Lakers Celtics matchup in a while.
Okay. I like that. Celtics Lakers. I could see that happening. LeBron's last hoorah. I could actually
LeBron's
see
last
that.
ride with LA.
I could see that happening. I'm taking the
We saw it in
Clippers
the playing
personally.
game. Yeah, we saw it in the playing game, or the playing game, the in-season tourney. We saw the playing game. LeBron has some weird magic this year. It's Kobe year. It's 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
I guess we have to come back and see. I think it's hard. This ain't the same as March Madness because it's the 7 games matter. You know, there's a lot more to digest here. But I do think the Lakers at plus 1100 is really good value to win the West. I'm not gonna lie, because if they make it past the Nuggets, like you said, to me, I think they can go all the way. I think
If the Lakers beat the Nuggets, I think they can go to the NBA Finals. Only problem is they'd have to play the Wolves, and then the Wolves would fucking beat the Lakers and go to the NBA Finals. So it's like,
to me, it's one of these 3 teams. It's the Lakers, the Suns, or the Clippers. Those are my 3
if you put a
teams.
unit on all 3, you'd profit if one of them made it.
That is true. The East is just so. I mean, the Celtics are head and shoulders above everybody. Like, the Sixers are really the only other choice, but because they're losing to the Knicks in the first round, they just can't do that, you know? So, it's just like.
Furman, bro, enough with the D-Book shit, man. I already fucking hate Devin Booker, and the series hasn't even started. Fucking Kendall Jenner looking ass.
My boy said he parlayed the Pelicans with baseball tonight. Oh, man.
What do you Bulls, what
He
did you
thought-
parlay? Was it the Cubs?
Nah, he threw the D-backs in there. He's trying to get that hella value. I don't know. I'm making that up. I don't know. U.S. Bulls.
Dude,
What'd you
who am I
take?
supposed to watch tonight, dude?
You got Logan Webb on the mound. What do you mean? The double play king, ground ball specialist.
You have no plays in this D-backs Giants game?
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I really want to play some innings. So I'll probably just like stick at that. I mean, uh, I'm gonna go see. Let's go. You got me looking at baseball, man. Y'all want to see some baseball? Let's go look at some baseball, y'all.
I
Uh,
have Duran got a hit on the D back or on the fucking Red Sox. So I have the second leg of my hit parlay.
okay. Who's the other
With
guy?
Michael Conforto
Nice.
to get a hit. Could cash that. Did you see my same game hit parlay today
Nah, I'm gonna pull it up.
with the Rangers game?
Shark Lark, Shark Lark. Smash Sharpie giving us plays. Oh yeah. They both hit a home run. I did see that.
Yeah, bro, right there.
Yeah, they both.
Go to
This
the
was
go to the tweet above that.
there's a tweet above that. Oh yeah, right here. Bow. No, that's a hell of a card right there. You cooked
That's
this
how
whole
you
game
cash a
up,
hit parlay right there, fellas.
man. Jack, whatever, lighter, later, however you say his name, bro, got a reality check real quick,
Bro had 3 Ks in like fucking 30 pitches.
bro. And that's he got real confident, boy, and that shit hit the fan on his ass. I
Bro, I
took the
knew I shouldn't have played that shit, man. I fucking had one more unit that I had allotted for plays today. And then I logged on to BTL and I heard Javon be like, I think it's lighter Ks. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'll ride. Like I got some more day action cooking. And then and I'm not blaming Javon or anything. I just was like,
right.
he's a guy I trust. And he said that and I was like, fuck, I got one more unit to play today. Like I'll fucking throw on that. Plus, like it's an early game, so get that in quick.
Did Pepio
And
get his strikeouts?
oh yeah, bro. He got
I took
7.
I took his pitcher outs. I took him over 15 and a half outs, so that was easy.
We're at 5-2 right now on this card. Rays won, Pepio cashed. Caballero fucking went 0 for 4. He got hit by a pitch. I was so fucking pissed.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
terrible.
Maeda got shelled. Fucking lighter didn't do shit. Rangers
This
team
is
total cash like the
free.
first inning. Fucking same game hit. Both guys hit a dinger. So Duran got his hit in that hit parlay. So now I need Conforto hit. Cubs is postponed, and then I need fucking the Giants to shell up Ryan a little bit. Us to get some fireworks in the Bay tonight, and then the D-backs just to keep hold of it, man.
Yeah, I might take you on that hits allowed. It's gone to plus 100 now. Okay.
Hits allowed is plus 100.
I mean, it's at 5.5 plus
Well,
100.
five
So
and a half plus 100.
yeah,
So it got bumped
yeah,
up. W
right.
bumpage.
Yeah, W line value.
LD's
What?
he's giving us a hockey over right now. Oh,
What's he saying? What's he saying?
he's asking. He
Oh,
ain't telling. He's asking.
yeah. Wrong
LDZ,
guys,
bro, I'm
brother.
not dialed into the NHL currently, so
Not.
I ain't gonna pretend.
What you gonna take that Nerfy?
Nerfy and the ice.
Nah, Nerfy. But they do have ice Nerfies. Did you know that? I did not know that. Like you could bet on like that, like them not to score a goal in like the first 10 minutes or some shit.
Oh
I
yeah,
learned. I learned that this year. So I was like, hold on.
I'm all about it.
Nah, minus 130 on the Nerfy this. I don't know about that. What
I
about
won't be taking that. I got the over in the game, so can't afford
and
to lose an inning.
any homers?
Conforto, I think he's best possible hitter tonight
Plus
for the Giants
475. Plus 2275 is very low.
for Soler.
I mean, I don't really take home run props, but I don't really like these are like Mike Trout, Aaron Judge type numbers. Is Soler crushing the ball like that? I don't know. I don't watch the Giants
So
if I'm being honest.
you fuck with Baseball Savant
The pay like I've
website?
heard of it. Yeah, I've heard of it, but can't say that I've like.
Let me
Oh
show you.
yeah. I've used this.
Is
They be
Conforto
having
play? Oh yeah, he's
they be having everything on this bitch right here.
Go to at the top where it's go to preview matchup for AZ and San Fran.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you can check out the lineups here and check out like all the fucking all them stats. Now go to scroll down to where they're talking about the pitchers. Right there, yep. Now, see on Ryan Nelson where all the way to the very far right it says VS with a period.
Mm-hmm.
Click that shit.
Oh, okay.
Now go to batters versus individual pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Team batting would be the Giants. Team pitching would be the D-backs and Ryan Nelson. And you can get
Normally,
dig.
somebody would give you.
That's
He
a,
has not.
that's a glitch. That's a
He
glitch.
hasn't faced anyone of this team.
No, that's a glitch, bro.
All right, let's try somebody else. Zach Gallen. Okay, okay, here we go. But Zach Gallen's not pitching today, but I do get the point of this. So I need to use this. Not this is where you craft up your hitter lays from.
That's right.
I like that. Okay, here we go. We got some craft up. Ryan Nelson right here. Michael Conforto.
All right, so why the fuck is this so hard to pull up, dude? All right, Michael Conforto. You on it?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah.
If you
All right.
yeah.
Oh, what up, Cutback? Go over to his StatCast numbers. So against him, he's got 3 hits and 7 at bats. He's got a double and a dinger.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a 5 whiff percentage, which is fucking great.
What does that tell me?
That means he's struck out 5% of his ABs. Well, not sorry. That's his like his whiff percentage, like 5 strikes. 5% of his pitches have been strikes. That's what I meant to say.
Gotcha.
Batting average of 4.29. It's fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 1 slug. That's a triple-digit hit.
What's a triple-digit hit?
Probably the dinger.
Oh, okay.
Triple-digit miles per hour off the bat.
Oh, gotcha. Like your exit velo.
Yeah, exit velo. So you can basically go over to his expected StatCast here, and that's like what they're expecting today, like based on all the elements of the game. So they're expecting a 4.16 batting average. They're gonna give him a little bit better of a chance to get over 1 fucking triple-digit velo on the slug cast here.
Mm-hmm.
And his fucking on-base percentage is going to be at a 6.43, which is fucking huge.
Gotcha.
So Wilmer Flores, obviously projecting a good matchup from him today as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know if he's in the lineup.
But more of a limited sample size.
Yeah, more of a limited sample size. And he's not in the fucking lineup, so.
Gotcha.
You don't even need to worry about that shit.
I might have to start using this
Porto
more.
is the only one on here that is in this lineup. Or the only one's numbers that I like.
Right.
Because if you're going to get 4 at-bats, say Conforto gets 4 ABs and they're projecting him at a 4.16 with 1 triple digit fucking smasher, and his on base percentage is over fucking 500. It's pretty fucking huge, bro. Give me it. Sign me up. You can also see where I got the hits allowed stat from. Like he's only got a where is it? If you go to Ryan Nelson, you can see his expected on base percentage at 368. That means like combined, they're expecting him to give up like a 368 WOBA. That's 5 hits. If you look over at his ABs,
how do you get 5 hits from that?
Well, how many pitches is he throwing? Say he pitches 95 pitches. So what's 368? A 368 average on 95 pitches. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you were to pitch a ball to a guy hitting 368 95 times, would he get a hit 5 times?
I would
That's
think
the math.
so. Gotcha. I'm tracking. Chat, are you guys
you
tracking?
think I'm fucking, yeah, chat, you fucking with this? You think I'm square? Because I suck at math, but I do know a little bit about baseball numbers.
Swish Analytics as well. Cutback Matt. Okay, we'll check that one out. Swish Analytics. I love all of the nerdy ass sites like fucking KenPom and all that shit.
Cutback, bro. When are we doing the 9-9-9 challenge at the Twins game? Let's fucking make it happen. White Sox are in town this weekend.
What's the 9-9-9 challenge?
9 hot dogs, 9 beers, and 9 innings.
Oh yeah, y'all getting the fuck off. I could do 9 beers.
I could do 9 hot dogs or 9 beers. I'm not sure I could do both.
Man, what? By the 3rd inning, I would be like, yo, take me out to the ball game. Take me to the bathroom.
Yo, no, Furman wants to know if you like the Eagles at plus 1,400.
What, to win it all?
To win the bowl.
Hell yeah. Last time we won the bowl was in 2017. That was the year. Hold on. There's something that happened in 2017 that's happening this year. I forget what it was, but yes, we're winning the Super Bowl this year. I'm confident in that. Oh, and we got Saquon, bro. Like, what? What? Hell yeah, Cat. You're a Chargers fan, man. Y'all not gonna be good till you get rid of Herbert.
We might have to do an NFL draft stream like before the draft and talk about some dudes that are going to be dank in the NFL.
I'm game for that. I'm definitely game for that.
Like sit here and play YouTube highlights of fucking guys we think are going to be sick. And
I'm
like, what do you think, boom or bust for this fucking guy?
Solar eclipse. That's exactly right, Furman. See, my dude, I fuck with you. Yes, that's exactly right. See, it's like meant to be. Yes. So yes. NFL stream. We'll probably maybe try to come back in a week or two, and then check on the playoffs.
Draft is next Thursday. It's a week from today.
Oh, so yeah, we should be able to do that. I think I'm in town next Thursday, so I should be able to be Gucci. Yeah, so let's do that. We could maybe do a little promo, build into the draft, make our little mock draft or bust type thing. I ain't gonna lie, like I'm pretty good with like the first like 10 people in the NFL draft, but like once we start getting into like the second rounders, that's where shit starts getting real wacky for me. But we could I could research some stuff. I could cook some stuff up. But listen, Shark, I gotta run, big dog. I gotta run, but we got a good stream in today.
In Conforto?
I am gonna cook that up right now. I was actually looking at freaking what's his name? Somebody else to pair a hit with, but the hits aren't looking too hot for the
Marte, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, but it wasn't looking too hot. Let me see. I have to do it on Bovada because I need that alt line. You feel me? Let me see what they're gonna give me.
I feel you.
That little prop builder alt line. I'm already up today, so I really don't want to like give anything. I grabbed I grabbed the Rangers live. I had grabbed the Rays, and I hit on everything today so far. So I might need
You
to
could
walk.
probably also just take hits, runs, RBIs too.
I do like HRR lines. I think they're just much better than total bases lines. Like people
Oh,
love
100.
total base lines, and I just hate those. I think they're just the biggest scam in
Right,
baseball.
bro. And if you get walked, like, and someone dude bats your guy in, like that's a run right there. You're still alive.
Facts. All right, so you said Conforto is at minus 205 to get a hit. Cartel Marte is at minus 323. That gets me to minus 108. I could take Marte. I could take Gurriel. I could
Well, let's
take
check the. Hold on, let's check the baseball savant. I know you got to leave, but
I could take Jung Lee. The way that the way I'm gonna start doing Baseball Savant for sure. The way I also do it is I just look at like their previous history on like MLB.com, and I'm just like how like I look at their
and you're like, oh,
averages.
this dude's hot.
I just do hit people on hit streaks really more than anything. I mean that's not the only thing I look at. Like Logan Webb kind of scares me, but he's not a pitch out. He's not a strikeout pitcher. So I do look at like hits per 9 innings. I look at pitch to contact. I look at stuff like that.
So looks like the numbers are saying the best D-back to play today would be
Is
fucking. Let me just see if he's in the lineup before I fucking. Is fucking Jock Peterson.
I don't know about that.
I know you don't know what.
Let me see what
Tell
his odds
Marte
are.
be good too. They got Marte for so
No, Job Peterson minus 122 for one
to get a
hit.
hit.
Minus 160 to get a hit. Hell nah.
Oh, I might
That
play that just as a
I mean,
single.
you might take it as a single, yeah, but I ain't
I'm
taking
about to
it.
text you later and be like, Josh Peterson fucking nuke.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go.
Why
I'm
don't you
gonna.
do Cattell?
Yeah, I'm gonna do Marte and Conforto both to get a hit minus 108. Let's lock that in. I'm gonna put two U's on it. Two U's. And that will tuck us in, boys. So don't ever say we didn't give you guys a play out here on Loot Riders.
That's right. If you don't want to fuck with the hit parlay, I like Conforto hits, runs, RBIs for what it's worth.
You like what? Oh, you said Conforto's hit runs RBIs?
Yeah,
Let me see what that's
1.5.
at.
Get
Oh,
Conforto.
because sometimes Bovado don't be allowing you to do the HRRs. Hold on. Oh, actually, gotta keep scrolling. All right, here we go. Here we go.
You got your roommate making a sandwich in there or what?
Minus 125. Nah, that's my girl. She's stomping around.
All right.
Yeah, hit runs RBIs. Well, I already locked in the two teamer, and because I did on the parlay builder, I can't cash it out. So I'm just gonna rock with that. I ain't gonna double down on my exposure, but I will tell my Discord group to take it because I do like to play. I'll be like, shout out to Shark Lark.
Sounds good, man. Conforto, give me that hit. Let me cash that hit parlay. All right, man. Well, we got our NBA playoff picks. We're gonna check in next week, see how everything's going. As
Yeah,
always,
dude.
Big Noble and I follow on Twitter if you ain't. W Stream picking up the wings right now. Let's go, dude. Fucking blue cheese, hopefully, with them baddies. I'm probably go. I'm probably go for a run or something. Maybe I'll go shoot some baskets and then lock into this D-backs game.
Man, I still gotta hit the gym too, man. So be able to lock in late start in that Arizona game, so we should be able to do that too. So yeah, let's get it, bro. I appreciate everyone for tapping in. Another episode of Loot Riders Down. Shark Lark the GOAT. Noble Living here. We will be posting officially our playoff picks. I'll make a graphic for us for tomorrow, bro, and we'll get it done.
Right on, homie. Furman Josiah, fuck the Suns, go Wolves.
Appreciate
Fuck
everyone who
Ebro.
tapped in. We'll see y'all on the next week episode of Loot Riders Gang. Get after it. Be safe out there. Practice that bankroll management.
That's right. Peace.